Hello class, this is Joshua Cole. I would like to help you understand what instructional design theory is and how it's changing. First, we need to define instructional design theory. It is a theory that offers explicit guidance on how to better help people learn and develop cognitively, emotionally, socially, physically, and spiritually. Instructional design theory is design-oriented. This means that the design is centered around the means to attain given goals or learning or development. It is not description-based. This means the design is focused on the results of the goals achieved. Being design-oriented makes this theory more useful to educators because it provides guidance on how to achieve their goals. Instructional design theory identifies methods of instruction. Those are methods that encourage learning and the situation in which those methods should or should not be used. Methods can be broken down into more detailed components. Here are some examples. Demonstration, identification of goals for the student, linkage of new concepts to ones already learned. Methods of instructional design theory are probabilistic rather than deterministic, meaning that the methods are designed to increase the chances of reaching the goals rather than ensuring the achievement of the goals. What is an instructional design theory? This is a review of the past 6 slides. We have learned that instructional design theories are design-oriented, the methods are probabilistic, and it helps describe methods of instruction in situations where these methods should or should not be used. Design-oriented theories or goal-oriented theories are prescriptive in nature, meaning that they state what should happen. So in a sense, they offer guidelines as to what method or methods to use to best attain a given development or learning goal. Design-oriented theory example. This is an example of the design-oriented theory. If you want to promote long-term retention of some new information, the goal, you should help the student relate that information to relevant prior knowledge. That is the method. Instructional design theory requires at least 2 components: method or a method of instruction and situations. Method of instruction are ways to facilitate human learning and development. Situations are indications as to when and when not to use those methods. 2 major aspects of any instructional situation are desired outcomes and instructional conditions. These 2 items will determine what method or methods will be used. Methods. Methods are determined by the situation. Situation also determine if the method is appropriate or inappropriate. Methods can be made up of components and probabilistic. This means that each method can be done in different ways and is therefore made up of different components or features. Here's an example. The problem could be presented in a different way, or the scenario could have different kinds of characteristics. Methods are probabilistic too, meaning that the methods do not guarantee the desired instructional and learning outcomes, but they increase the probability that the desired results will occur. However, the goal of the instructional design theory is to attain the highest possible probability of the desired results. Why use methods? Because we have values. Values play an important role for design theories. They play important in two ways. They help play a role in deciding what goals to pursue, and they also play a role in deciding what methods or method to use. Instructional design theory, method, and situations review. We know situational, they may be made of components and they're probabilistic. They identify the situation in which methods should be used. They identify the values that determine the goals that they pursue, and the methods are used to attain those goals. Instructional design theory is not a learning theory. This describes how learning occurs. It is not an instructional design process, and it's not a curriculum theory, which makes decisions on what to teach. What is instructional design theory important? Why is it important? It's important to really help educators improve education and generate design theories that deal with fundamental change in the entire educational system. Why and how are the instructional design theories changing? Well, there's actually two types of change that can take place. One is piecemeal, or in pieces or fragments. This leaves the structure of the system unchanged. It involves finding a better way to meet the same needs. And then the second type of change is systematic or fundamentally. This involves modifying the structure of the system in response of new needs. Why is instructional design theory changing? Because as humans in society change, so will the instructional design theory to support the needs of learners. And here are some ways that the instructional design theory needs to change. We are transforming from the industrial age and slipping right into the information/knowledge age. And you can see, looking at the two different columns there, the difference on how companies are ran, how learning is done, how values make a difference, and all these things that are changing so that the instructional design theory also has to change too, to support these new ways of learning in the information age or the knowledge age. Current model of education and training. The current model of education and training involves teaching a large group of learners the same content at the same amount of time. And we know this doesn't work because different learners learn at different rates and have different learning needs. The current model was never designed for learning, but instead designed for sorting learners. The current model is also based on conformity and compliance and discourages new ideas in any diversity. Implementations of instructional design theory. So if we were able to apply, or the good things that come out of this theory is the theory would help change the current pendulum of education and training from one focused on sorting to one focused on learning. The teacher should also be more the guide on the side and not the sage on the stage. We should be able to change from passive to active learners and allow achievement to vary to allow each learner the time to reach the desired goals. Other implications would redefining instruction to include anything that is done to facilitate purposeful learning. Adding skills to learners that will allow them to solve more complex cognitive tasks. And it will also be able to support learning in all various types and forms. The use of the new instructional design theories. The new theory will provide guidance in best method to promote learning and human development, what learning tools are the best for a variety of learners. It will allow learners to make decisions on both content and methods during the instruction, and would allow the design team to design quality learning tools. And here is the reference. All this information came from What is Instructional Design Theory and How is it Changing?